All right, welcome to the second
episode of Freestyle Podcast.
of Freestyle Podcast, where we talk about random topics in Japan.
Related to Japan. And this time we have video. Just see how much improvement we've made from video
Yes.
number 1 to video number 2.
Yeah.
It's like
But
at the pace we're going,
there will be like 10 videos. There will be there'll be like a video here and here and here.
Yeah.
That's we'll invite more people, you know?
Yeah.
We'll invite more people. There will be like 20 people here.
Basically, yeah. Probably we'll get Elon Musk on.
Yeah, we'll get some famous people.
In a week or so.
All right, let's get the first topic.
Sleep. Seriously, we just tested it and it got sleep.
Yes, that was the first one we got earlier too, yeah.
Okay, but this is actually an interesting topic because I heard that Japanese people are one of the least sleeping nation in the world.
That is possible.
Yeah, given how much overtime the people from Ministry of Work and Labor,
the Ministry of Overtime, basically.
Given how much they do,
yes,
it's only natural that they sleep.
What do they sleep again? 6 hours? 5 hours?
5 or something. I remember
5 hours.
There's this application that tracks your sleep, and I used it for a while.
Yeah.
And you had like average stats from all countries, and I remember Japan was always really low, like average 5.5 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I remember some Japanese people when I told them like I like to get like 7 or 8 hours of sleep. They're like, oh, what? You sleep so long?
Yeah.
Like some people from the first Japanese company, I think I was at. And they were like, well, I sleep like, I go out and drink and then the next day at 8, I'm in the office again.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, if you do 10 hours of overtime, then you can't really squeeze much
There's
sleep.
really no time for anything, right?
Yeah. Definitely no time for sleep. When overtime needs to be fought, you need to... Yeah. There's the saying, we can sleep when we're dead. And I think people...
Yeah, just work yourself to death.
Take it very seriously.
Just work yourself to death and then
you can sleep all you want.
Yeah, you can sleep all you want. It's perfect.
It's done. Anything else you have about sleep?
Not much. I mean, I like to sleep, but I like to sleep in Japan if that's relevant.
Yeah.
I'm in Japan and I like to sleep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's go for the next one.
Okay, wait. One more.
You got something?
I got one more.
You got something on sleep?
You know how in Japan, the sunrise is really early in the summer.
Yes.
And like 4 a.m. it's really completely bright. Yeah. So unless you have curtains, you can't sleep long.
That's true.
Right? Like I never felt this problem.
When I go to sleep, sometimes it's already bright,
That's another issue, but
yeah.
But the problem.
So I really have to block the light,
But in Austria, have you had this issue?
No, I think it's because they have like a weird time zone here, actually. The time zone is like shifted much more east than for us, Like I think between the Philippines or between Malaysia and Japan, there's only 1 hour time difference, right? But there should be like 3 or something like that. So I feel like they got like the really early mornings and then they got the really early evenings here in Japan.
Actually, I feel like it would make sense to move it a bit so that you start the day earlier.
They could easily shift it by like an hour.
Right?
Yeah, they could easily shift it by an hour.
Wouldn't it make life so much better if we had more light? Like in Poland in the summer, it's bright until 10, you feel like doing stuff.
But, I mean,
if you want people to just do overtime, then you probably want to keep the bright hours as short as possible.
You wanna have them up early, That's why you gotta wake them up with some sun at 3 a.m.
Yeah, up early, and then you don't want them to have any motivation to go out anymore. I would say. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what's
next. Brands. Okay.
This is
what kind of brands do we want to talk about?
I would say we can start with brands in general. So I think in Japan people care about brands more than in Europe.
It's possible.
Or in Asia in general, maybe.
It's possible, yeah.
I feel like people are like really, really obsessed with brands here, Like they like you see so many girls like wearing the Gucci and Prada and all the fancy bags. Like some girls who don't even, they're not particularly wealthy, but they still spend money on that.
Yeah.
And actually, when I worked as a consultant,
aren't you still working as a consultant?
Kind of, but I worked as a pure business consultant.
Okay.
So at the time I was doing some work looking at data based on people's savings, because we were looking into like luxury brand market, and we noticed that there are lots of people who have really low salaries, but they buy like Rolex watches, like really expensive. Like they spend their yearly salary just to get one watch, and then that's like their.
Dude, this one guy I maybe already told you about, but he told me like to get a watch, because it's gonna be great with the girls.
Okay.
And he like showed me his watch, and it was like, I don't even know the brand, but some super expensive one.
Mm-hmm.
Like it cost like 1 million yen or something, like $10,000. And he was also not like a rich guy. He seemed like relatively not rich to me. So I asked him like, how can you afford like a $10,000 watch? And he's like, oh, it's like super easy. Like there's like multiple ways you can afford it, For example, you can just rent it, just like pay like, I don't know, pay like 10,000 yen, like $100 per month, and you can rent it. Or they offer like payment plans, like you can just
like a loan, or
like a loan. You can buy an expensive watch with 100 time payment,
Okay.
So basically pay.
So that's like what, 2 years? Oh no, wait. You pay per month or
per month? Per month. So it's like I guess it's like 8 years or something.
Yeah. Nice.
So you pay like $100 for 8 years.
Nice.
And you got yourself an expensive watch.
Yeah.
How about that?
Imagine you rent it and then they steal it from you. Yeah. Luckily it's quite safe in Japan.
No, apparently he showed me some websites. Apparently, like watch rental is actually a thing. I don't know if it's in other countries, but apparently it's actually a thing. Like if you need an expensive watch for like one evening or something, you can rent it.
I mean, in a country where you can rent a girlfriend and family, I'm not surprised you can.
You can rent anything here. Yes, you can rent anything. Yeah, or the Gucci. I never knew much about brands, but I learned here that like Gucci is for the young girls, and what Hermes or whatever it's called is for the actually rich people and stuff like that.
Right.
Gucci is for the not really rich young girls who have their daddies buy them.
It still costs
bags.
You mean their sugar daddies, or
yes,
yeah, or their real daddies?
Yeah,
both.
Probably.
Okay. Actually, wait. What about Japanese brands? I thought maybe we can just mention.
Oh man, I don't know any Japanese brands.
No, but I was thinking not necessarily clothing, but like cars and stuff. I feel like people.
Oh, you mean like Toyota,
like Toyota
Honda?
And Honda? Like people have this image of Japanese brands being super advanced technologically.
Yeah, they haven't seen the K cars, right?
Yeah.
Light cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like people might not notice, but here in Japan there's a type of car called the K car, which is basically a fridge on wheels.
Yeah, and it's really ugly. It's the ugliest car I've seen.
And it's super small. Like imagine like a car that's like half the size of a regular car, right?
But surprisingly, because they shape it like a fridge, there is actually quite a lot of space inside.
Yes, it's just like
I mean, it's the most practical thing you can get.
It's the most practical shape you can get. And a fridge.
And in Tokyo, like this is the best way to go,
It absolutely is. And it's actually quite cheap. I think a new fridge is basically like 10,000 or something, 15,000. If we put it in dollars.
We should put some photos of a K car on the screen.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
And I would say like in Tokyo it's maybe like really, really high percentage, like maybe half the cars or more are
a
K
lot
cars,
of cars
right?
are K cars, yeah. So like you think that Japanese cars, they're like super advanced or whatever, but they're driving like the smallest cars, the cheapest cars you can think of here.
Yeah, and they don't even release those on the European market.
No, and also they wouldn't pass any safety tests.
Right.
Like they basically they fold up when you crash them, right?
Yeah. It's quite scary. You save some money, but it's not the best investment in terms of your safety.
No, but if you want to get a cheap car, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
And it will get you places.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for the next one.
The moon.
The moon. The moon in Japan.
Actually, there was supermoon a couple of days ago.
Wait, wasn't it like a moon eclipse or something?
Like, yeah, but after that you get the super red moon or something like that. It's basically when the moon is the closest to Earth, once in 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it, but I saw the pictures, and it's like big and red apparently.
Dude, this is totally unrelated to Japan, but like for this moon eclipse, I saw some posts on Reddit with people claiming some kind of earthquakes or something on the eclipse.
Oh.
It happens every time, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Like every time there's an eclipse or something, people are like, and there's like an earthquake at the same, because there's an earthquake anywhere. Like every day there's an earthquake somewhere, right? Yeah. So if there's an eclipse, it's easy to say, oh, this earthquake, it came at the same time as the eclipse. They're related, you know? Yeah.
Another thing about the moon is you have the kanji for the moon is used for the day of Monday, right?
Yeah.
So Monday is basically Moon Day.
Moon Day, which sounds similar to Monday.
Sounds similar to Monday.
So sounds reasonably similar.
Easy to remember.
Yeah.
Anything else about the month?
About the moon in Japan, it's quite an ask. Yeah.
Nothing more comes to mind.
Yeah, you can see the moon from Japan, basically.
Yeah. Some of the viewers might be surprised, but there is moon in Japan as well.
Yes,
you can actually see.
Yeah, Japan is not that different from other countries in this regard. All right, video games.
There we go. Video games. So first thing I'd say is the Japanese RPGs are way too grindy. Right? It's like it's like all the RPGs, they just it's almost like they have some kind of old book, like I imagine like a really thick manual.
Yes.
How to make an RPG, and they just pass it on from generation to generation, and they make games based on that, and that's why they're so similar and they're also grindy.
Yeah, but a lot of them like they're so based on these cool scenes, you know, people fighting with swords, you know. Or like doing something like jumping around, like dodging 10 bullets or like deflecting 10 bullets with a sword, and it looks like super cool when you watch like a trailer or something, right? But then you play the game and you realize
there's nothing like that.
I mean, there's like there's like cinematics. Yeah, there's like cinematics like that, right? But then the game is like hack and slash or something, right?
Yeah, and it's like a really limited hack and slash often.
Yeah. But basically you're expecting some amazing story, right? And then most of the time it's like just like some random guy who can deflect bullets, you know?
Yeah.
It sets your expectations really high, but I feel like a lot of the times, actually one thing about JRPGs is like, a lot of the times I feel like they just have you play for some bit, right? And there's some story development or whatever. And then like totally randomly, some huge monster shows up, you know? And it's the craziest monster you've ever seen in your life, you know? It has like tentacles all over the place and it's huge and whatever, right? And there's like no explanation for where it come from, right? And then you kill it. And that's it, you know, like there's no explanation on it.
Yeah.
And then you continue playing on, right? And then at some point the next huge monster shows up, right? And at some points, like you're just like going from one village to the next, right? And you're already expecting some kind of monster to show up, right? I don't know. I feel like it's not, a lot of times they don't really come up with like a bad guy.
It's quite repetitive, and also, you know, character building is sometimes overcomplicated. Like there's just so many things. Like for example, the Monster Hunter series, I could never get into that. Like I feel like it's so there's so much settings. Although there is a lot of fans outside of Japan, but like I think Monster Hunter is probably one of the better.
Yeah, I think Monster Hunter is better. I mean, yeah, there's the random monsters, but they are kind of the point of the thing, you know? Like you are hunting monsters. So, and also there's not that much story, I think. It's just the fighting of the monsters that's the main part of the game, right? I can kind of respect that. But like if you, for example, like some of the Tales games, you play them, I think you play them for the story mainly. I played some of them. And like when you're trying to like get on with the story, like you want to like hit the bad guys, right? And then some random monster shows up that you need to slay before you continue, right? I feel like it's so random.
Yeah, I haven't played the Tales games, but I know this is a common theme in video games. But I feel you can't talk about video games in Japan without talking about mobile video games, because this is what everyone plays. Yeah. You know, like when I first came to Japan, there was the Pasdra.
Oh yeah, the gacha games.
The Pasdra boom. And like everyone was playing it on train. Like you saw people, like old people, young people.
Dude, but it's so fucking confusing. It's so fucking confusing.
The Pasdra?
Like, yeah.
I mean, I didn't find it that confusing. I tried it. Well, which part did you think
was
confusing?
Are we thinking about the same
Pasdra is the one where you, it's like you have to align few crystals in the same way, and then you get like new monsters, and you use them to fight. Something like that was.
Okay, I don't remember that. I just remember
talking about?
The one where you like flick around monsters and hit stuff with them.
I saw those.
What is that called?
I'm not sure.
That was also really popular.
Yeah.
But anyway, like the point is Pasdra also like a gacha game where you like get random monsters, stuff like that?
Yeah, you get random monsters
and you can
from
like
eggs, and you train them and use them to fight, something like that.
Yeah. I think it's similar. Anyway, the part that like super confuses me is like you have to pay to get these monsters a lot of the time, right? Like to get eggs basically, and then you get some random monster, right? And then you get some random monster, and you don't really know if it's good or not, right? And I looked it up, and you need to like merge them, you know, and like some of them are completely useless, and I used just for like upgrading other monsters. I don't know.
This is again
I was super confused.
This is again the overcomplicating of the game. But I think like it shows the tendency for overcomplication shows also in websites. If you compare, for example, Amazon website with Rakuten, which is the Japanese version of Amazon.
Yeah.
You can see how Rakuten is way more complicated, and there is way more information which you never need or want. But it's just there. It's just you open the item you want to buy, and there is spam in there, right?
Yeah.
And I think it must be something in the culture, you know, related to that. That's why they like this kind of complicated games, and that's why they like those kind of complicated websites. That would be my guess.
Yeah, and also Rakuten like sends you so much spam, right? Like they send you like 10 emails a day with some random offer or something. And like in the beginning, I thought like this might be worth something, right? Like for example, they send you stuff like that says like you can win 1 million yen worth of points, right? Or like click this and you'll get 1 million yen worth of points, right? And then you click on it and it says like, I don't know, like if you do this or that, you get a chance at 1 million, you know? And then you know exactly, well, you're not getting it. Yeah. It's like...
yeah, basically you're not getting it. But
anyway.
We got a bit off topic.
Yeah, so we got off topic.
Let's go to next one. We spent quite a while on the game. Poetry. Oh my god.
Poetry, Japanese poetry.
I have no idea. Except haiku. I only know
haiku. Yeah, that's actually popular in English in some places.
Yeah,
you know?
It's popular everywhere. It's people
yeah,
make haiku
the rhyming scheme
as the joke. Yeah. Have you ever tried to make haiku?
Dude, I don't even remember how it's done. It's like some amount of syllables.
Yeah. I can't remember. But I tried like a couple of times where I would look up the structure, and then we make.
It
was quite.
There's some.
Fine.
I think I saw some famous Japanese haikus once. I think I looked it up once, but I don't really remember. They're like super complicated. They're like old, you know. They use like old words that I don't know.
Some are funny. I'm not sure where I saw this one, but it was something like Yuki to tomo ni tokete kudasai omaera mo, something like that.
Something like that.
I probably missed a part, but it was like so you translated like, please just melt with the snow. Like it's kind of like a Japanese version of an insult.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of poetry.
Me neither.
Not in any language. So let's move on.
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about Africa in Japan.
Oh, there aren't many.
Have you seen any Africans recently?
Not recently. I mean, there are some, right? Like there are some Africans.
Yeah, like I think there's a lot of people from Nigeria, actually.
Mm.
You know, like the bouncers at the clubs and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's quite a lot of.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of those.
But actually, I wonder how they come here. Like.
Yeah, I also always wondered about the
visa. How do they get the visa to come here? Like, there's so many of them.
Exactly. Maybe Japan has some kind of deal with
Nigeria.
With Nigeria.
Who knows?
But yeah, it always made me wonder. Like, you know, Japan is not so easy to get into, and they have quite strict immigration policies, and yet.
Yeah, you have to work hard to get here.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Exactly. So,
and you need like university degree and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to get a visa without university degree.
Yeah, exactly.
And then even if you have university degree, like you can't really get visa for a job that's not like, let's say, high skill. Like you wouldn't get a visa for a bouncer. I can't imagine how you would do that.
No, you gotta have a different visa.
Like a student or maybe.
Yeah, but they don't look like students.
Well, you know, lifelong learning.
No, but maybe they're some kind of dependent, you know, or maybe
they have Japanese wives.
Maybe they have Japanese wives, yeah.
But so many.
Maybe they all married Japanese.
But where would they find Japanese? Like you wouldn't expect many Japanese in Nigeria, and then.
Like... Well, you know, you come here on a tourist visa. Then you find your perfect Japanese girlfriend,
and then you come back with what's it called?
A spouse visa.
Spouse visa, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that might be it. But actually, when I was in my previous company, there was 2 Nigerian girls, or no, they were not from Nigeria. They were from some other African country. I can't remember, but they came for like an internship to the AI team of my company, and they were like doing like some kind of joint research with some African university. So who knows how they come here. Yeah, maybe one more topic and then that will be good for the
all right
war. Oh my god.
And that's a heavy topic.
It's a heavy topic.
Yeah. Well, basically here in Japan there was a war.
Yeah, there was a war.
But the Japanese...
Now there isn't.
Now there isn't. That's the main thing.
And now Japanese people are really peaceful, actually. And actually, what we can say about that is the safety in Japan. We could link it to that. I would say, like, it's really, really safe in Japan. Like, safer than in most countries I've ever been to. You know, to the point where you can go out at night and just...
drink in front of a convenience store.
Yeah, by yourself.
Drink by yourself in front of a convenience store.
In the middle of night.
You can totally do that.
And you can, you know, get drunk to the point where you need to steal some toilet paper, or or to the point where you fall asleep on the street and you wake up and your wallet is still there usually. So... Yeah.
Or you can drop your phone on the train at night drunk.
Yeah,
and then someone will pick it up for you.
Someone will pick it up and they will bring it to police. and then you just pick it up a day later. Like, imagine that in any other country in Europe, you would probably never find your phone again.
But I
so sleepy.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. We talked about sleep, you know.
Yeah.
No, but actually, I had my wallet stolen in Japan. So.
Right. But was it stolen, or you dropped it in someone?
No, it was totally stolen.
Like, stolen from your pocket, or?
No, I was drunk and I took the wrong train in the wrong direction in Osaka, and so I ended up at a train station with no train anymore, like train station somewhere in Hyogo, near Kobe. And so I decided to sleep at the manga cafe. And yeah, I got my room in the manga cafe, right? I dropped all my stuff on the floor and fell asleep. And in the middle of the night, someone came in and took my wallet.
You mean they actually opened the door?
Yeah.
You didn't have a lock?
There's no lock.
Oh, shit.
In manga cafe, there's no lock usually.
Okay, right.
And I know it was stolen, and I didn't lose it while drunk because
you paid for the manga cafe.
No, I was unable to pay for it after that.
Right. You pay after, right?
Yeah, I was unable to pay.
Why do you know?
Because I was woken up by police.
Oh. And they found the thief.
No, they didn't.
So wait, what?
So I was woken up, right?
Yeah.
Someone knocked on my door and opened up, and it was a police officer, and and they asked me if my wallet was stolen.
Oh.
Because like 5 other people had their wallet stolen at night. And I checked and it was gone.
But it's super rare, right?
Yeah, but someone at night came in and took everyone's wallet. And I filled out like a police report, but they never caught anyone, as far as I know.
But still, you know, it's extremely rare, I would say, in Japan. Like, if you, for example, you can sometimes leave your wallet or your phone, like, to book a seat in a restaurant, and it's usually fine, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do that in Poland, you know. but here it's completely fine. You can leave your phone and
Yeah, but you can still get your stuff stolen. Or I dropped my wallet at my last place while I was running.
All right, yeah.
And they did bring back the wallet to the police.
But not all the money was.
But they took all the cash. So.
Yeah. But you've been just hanging out in the wrong areas, I think. That's the issue. I've never had similar problem in Japan.
Yeah.
But I've never even lost something. I've never even dropped like phone or wallet. So.
Dude, I dropped like everything like 10 times already.
Yeah, my Japanese friend also. He dropped the wallet a couple of times and he found it every time.
Dude, I dropped my phone like 5 times, I think.
Yeah? And you found it every time?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this shows. Like,
yeah.
It's really amazing.
I dropped it at a shop and they just kept it there. And I came back and they gave it back to me. I dropped it in a train and I watched it on like Google Find My Phone, you know. I watched it drive around in the train.
Nice.
It was the last train, you know. It just kept driving.
I see.
But I called the phone and someone picked up and
you arranged
and brought it to the station.
Oh, that's nice.
And that was very nice.
Yeah, so this is the kind of nice thing. I mean, they did rob PewDiePie's house, I remember, in Japan.
Oh yeah.
But still, like, I mean, Japan is unbelievably safe.
I mean, as long as you don't have anything worth robbing, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem.
Don't you remember there was the story about the AV actress who got like how much? Like 2 million or something?
Something crazy like that. She got robbed from her house in Nakameguro. And they entered the house and they actually like put not sure if knife, but they like threatened her and then they took stuff from her.
Yeah, I mean if you're famous or something, I don't know if you're that safe in Japan. Probably.
You might be more safe than other places.
Yeah. Still. But if you're known for carrying a lot of cash, then maybe not.
I mean, if you're doing stupid things, then at some point, if you're not careful anywhere, you will finally,
Yeah,
get
but
punished.
I think it's very safe.
Mm.
By normal standards for any other country.
Mm.
And if you don't throw around the money,
yeah,
you're probably good.
Probably. Oh, we got exactly 30 minutes.
Dude, we talked like nothing about war in the last couple of minutes.
I mean, that's the whole point. The war just has to start the conversation, and then you can,
the war started the conversation.
From war to safety, and then we started discussing the safety.
Yeah.
So I think it's all good.
All right.
It's all good.
I think that's it.
Don't forget to
like and subscribe. Yes, if you want to see more.
Ring the notification bell.
The notification bell. Yes, we'll be uploading more off-topic conversation very soon.
Yeah, podcast freestyle, freestyle podcast.
Yeah, we're taking a random topic and then not talk about it
randomly, but still having interesting conversations.
Yes, that's the important part. You're here for the conversation, not for talking about war, right?
Yeah.
Who
wants to talk about
war? All right. Bye. I think that's it. Bye.